Very good morning, guys, and in fact, very good noon, right? Very good noon to all of you. Friends, my name is Abhishek Singh, and welcome to Gradeup. सही prep है तो life set है. So, friends, as we all are aware that UPSC has released its notification and the prelims exams are around the corner, right, within the sight of us. So, a lot of questions must be going on into our minds, isn't it? So, I am here to at least click some of the questions, right, to track some of the questions from you and also to address that what should be that minimum safe benchmark, right, that minimum safe line which to if cross which you if cross that, then you can see yourself in the list. All right, so how many questions to attempt in the prelims? This is going to be the topic of today. Very good afternoon, everybody. Quickly, those who are watching it on the YouTube, guys, hello and welcome to all of you. Make sure that please share this session with all of our friends. All right. Good afternoon, Disha. Good afternoon, Sukhbir. And good afternoon, everybody else. Guys, this is the time. Quickly join the session. Varsha, good afternoon. Everybody, welcome to the class. And before we could start, I would just like to tell you a few things about myself. My name is Abhishek Singh. As you might be aware, some of you might have seen the classes as well. I appeared in the interview of Civil Services examination in 2013 and also qualified for the mains in 2014 and 2018. Appeared in the CDS as well as in the Assistant Commandant CAPF examination conducted by UPSC and cracked the written part of that examination. And also in FCAT in 2014. And guys, I have been teaching Indian history and culture as well as polity and constitution since last 3.5 years. So you can definitely count on my words, definitely rely on the experience. And before we move ahead, I would just like to give you a quick reminder. 113 days are left, my dear friends, 113 days. Remember this one. And without wasting much of time, just I would like to say to all of you that if you like this session, please hit that thumbs up on the YouTube. And if you are watching on the application, don't forget to share the link of this with all of your friends. And don't forget to rate the class, guys. Please also subscribe to the YouTube channel of Gradeup IAS. Okay, friends, let us start with this one, right? So, as you all might be aware that this is how our syllabus looks like in the Civil Services preliminary examination. All right, and as we can say, right, that the preliminary examination that consists of mostly the questions coming from the current events, right, history, polity, world geography, economic and social development, general science, etc. Right, gist of India yearbooks that summarizes the government activities within the year, and let's not forget the general science, budget, economic survey. Very dynamic source of syllabus. Hello Tabassum, very good afternoon. Very good afternoon. And guys, we all must think about one thing, that why is that so important to have a proper understanding of the syllabus? Because even at this point of time also, many people are not aware about the proper scope of the syllabus. Okay, so make sure that you have this much understanding of the syllabus. And we must not ignore the paper 2, that is the CSAT part, all right, the aptitude part of the CSAT paper 2, comprehension, interpersonal skills, logical reasoning and ability, decision making, general mental ability, numeracy, DI, English language comprehension, all these things. Tell me one thing, guys, how many of you are not comfortable in this paper 2, right, in the paper 2 part? Second paper, you are not comfortable into that. Anybody such like says that? We can definitely, get a lot of people who are not comfortable into the paper 2. All right, Disha madam, definitely GS paper 1 and paper 2 एक ही दिन में होगा 27 जून को. First half 9:30 to 11:30 paper 1 and second half 2:30 to 4:30 paper 2, right? तो गाइज प्लीज डोंट हेजिटेट, कोई भी जो यूट्यूब पर देख रहा हो या एप्लीकेशन पर देख रहा हो, please don't hesitate, ask all your question that you have. please consider this class as just a free platform for all of you to ask all the doubts that you have right here, right now. All right, right here, right now. So this is the opportunity for all of you guys, right? So coming to other points here, right? Please don't hesitate. Ask all your questions that you have. Coming to the other point, please consider this class as just a free. I'm sorry for this echo. Okay, guys. So let us first of all decide, right? Let us first of all decide that what are the other aspects of this examination? All right. What are the other aspects of this examination? So make sure that those who belong to the non-mathematical background, right, non-mathematical background, or those who have a poor numerical aptitude or the linguistic comprehension skills, my dear friends, it's very optimum time to start solving the practice papers of the paper 2 also. Okay, practice papers of paper 2 also. Otherwise, what happened? Just 33%, which is required to qualify. If you don't get that, you will not be having any scope of crossing the prelims. Why? What is the reason? Because paper 2 is checked at first. It is checked first, and those who are not qualified, paper 1 of that candidate is not checked. It is not checked. All right. So in paper 1 we have how many questions? In paper 1 we have 100 questions, and paper 2 how many questions? We have 80 questions. All right, 100 questions in paper 1, 80 questions in paper 2. So first of all, we will keep our focus on paper 1 only, because paper 1 is that question paper that will give you the marks. Their marks will be counted in the prelims score. So it will decide the overall cutoff. But paper 2 will decide whether your paper 1 should be checked or not. This is why, my dear friends, make sure that you start solving practice papers for CSAT also. CSAT also. As you might be aware that in Gradeup also the CSAT classes are going on right now. Okay. So should I study society for the prelims, Kartika? Society specifically, this is not asked, except 1 or 2 questions, right? 4 or 5 questions. But for the mains, that is important. Otherwise, in society, portion is not asked in the prelims from the books. Whatever questions are coming, they are coming from the newspaper. So, Sukhbir, definitely आपका second year complete नहीं हुआ है, so please you cannot appear in the prelims examination because it needs the graduation at least. All right. And Disha, paper 3, there is no paper 3 in this examination. ठीक है ना? Paper 3 इसमें से कोई examination नहीं होता है. And after the prelims examination, there are mains examination. There is mains examination, right? Pre plus main. After pre, then there is mains, which is conducted after 3 to 4 months gap. Okay. So talking about it further. So how many questions are to be considered as a safe benchmark in the CSAT paper 2? So make sure that you safely and correctly appear at least 40 to 45 questions out of 80 questions. And why so? Because if you will appear in these many questions, there are chances that at least 1 or 2 out of 10 questions can be wrong despite you thinking that it is correct. It happens. We think that we have attempted it correct. When we come to home and we match the things, we get that it was wrong. Silly mistakes and all those things. So you can expect that at least 2 on 10 will be wrong. So you can expect very easily that at least 8 to 10 questions may be wrong, right? 8 to 10 questions may be wrong. All right. So in that case also you can expect 30 questions to be correct, right? 30 questions to be correct. All right. So this is the threshold I'm talking about. I'm not saying that if you are able to solve the more questions, you should not solve it. No. If you are able to solve more questions, please solve more number of questions correctly. But if you solve 45 to 50 or 40, at least 50 questions in the paper 2, thinking that all of these are correctly solved, then you can expect that 30-35 questions will be correct in reality. And that will somehow enable you to get good marks, at least qualifying for sure, right? Qualifying will be guaranteed. Okay, but our main concern is paper 1, my dear friends, paper 1. Okay, so this is a table. I think it's visible to all of you. आप सभी को ये दिख रहा है क्या? Right, I think it should be visible to all of you guys, isn't it? All right, so we can say, right, that this is how the trend has been from 2011 to 2020, right? 2011 to 2020. Questions कितने आते हैं particular chapter से, right? How many questions are coming from particular topic? Current affairs in 2020 there were 18 questions, history 20 questions, geography 10, polity 17, economy 15, science tech 10, and environment 10 questions. But environment has gone as much as 18. Science and technology has gone as much as 19. It has gone as much as 19, right? 20. You can see that any particular subject can go max to max up to 20, 22, these things. Current affairs, that can go even more than that. Current affairs can go even more than that. So guys, I am telling you the trick here. That how to make that combination. Good morning, Madhuri, and good morning, Prabjot. Where to study budget and economic survey? Kartika, budget and economic survey, usually the various coachings, including Gradeup, also provide the dedicated content on the budget and economic survey. You can take the help of those videos. You can make the notes by yourself, and that will help you out. All right. So friends, now we are going to see that recipe, that how to secure your attempt, how to save your attempt, and how to jump the barrier of prelims in the least possible efforts. But trust me, those least possible efforts will be definitely much more than your expectations. Without hard work, because there is no alternative to hard work, right? You might be able to understand that smart work is also working hard at the proper timing on the proper points. That is called smart work. So smart work is nothing out of this planet. It is the hard work only, but working hard on appropriate points. So history is that one subject. All right. Apart from the current affairs, history is that one subject. And you can see not all the people are comfortable in science and technology. And most of the current affairs will also include the questions from economy and questions from the environment. All right, economy and environment. Some questions from polity also, some questions from science also will be coming from the current affairs part. So guys, don't miss the current affairs portion. Please, please. This is a request to all of you, those who want to cross over. They must focus a lot on the current affairs, but subjective current affairs also. That means economy, environment, science, tech, etc. So current affairs is the key. 18 direct questions and two or three questions in polity, and at least 2 questions in or 3 questions in science technology, sometimes even more than that. Environment, at least half of the questions are from current affairs, and also In economy, half of the question or sometimes more than half of the question are from the current affairs. So if you count the static plus dynamic, अब ये static and dynamic, what is that static and dynamic? Static means core syllabus of the theory subjects, history, geography, political, Indian polity, theoretical part, economy, theoretical part, environment, theoretical part, these things. These are called as the static portion. And dynamic means the current developments which are taking place. So guys, make sure that regular reading of newspaper, if you have done throughout the year, regular newspaper, your chances are 50% higher than your competitors. If you have read the newspapers regularly and you have sincerely attended the current affair classes, your chances are naturally 50% higher than the competition, your competitors. All right, this is the truth. This is the truth. Now, Prabhjot, may I exactly know, good afternoon, may I exactly know that what are you currently doing? Like, are you a student of graduation or school or preparing for the examination? Can you please let me know, Prabhjot? Okay, so guys, current affairs will cover the dynamic portion of these subjects as well as the current affairs proper. How many questions? At least 15 average. Current affairs has the average of 15 questions, right? And at least 4 to 5 questions from environment will be current oriented. 3 to 4 questions science will be current oriented, and polity 2 to 3 questions will be current oriented. All right. So at least another 10 questions plus 10. You can safely consider 25 to 30 questions directly, indirectly coming from the current affairs, my dear friends. And I will tell you one static data about that. In 2015 and 2016, also 2018, if you count this direct plus indirect wala funda, almost 50% of the question paper came from the current affairs. Okay, so one thing that is the key to your success, that is current affairs. Second thing, which of the subjects? So guys, everybody understand that history, geography and polity, 3 subjects, history, geography and polity, they are almost constant. You can replace this geography with the environment also. Overall, environment is combination of science plus current affairs plus geography. However, that is more dynamic. Geography is static. Geography is static, mostly static. It does not change much. So, history, geography and polity. Polity is one of the easiest scoring subjects given that your concepts are clear and you don't do that ratta. Okay, that cramming or mugging is not the solution in the polity. Guys, these 3 papers that will ensure at least 15, at least 10 and at least another 10 questions. How many questions are here? Right, 20, right, sorry, 30 to 35 questions. 30 to 35 questions least, at least 30 to 35 questions. All right. So we can say that current affairs will make you up for the 25 to 30 questions, and these 3 subjects will make you up for the 30 to 35 questions. Right? 30 to 35 questions. Overall, how much? How many questions? Overall, we can say that 55 questions to 65 questions you will be able to solve, given that you have a good command over the current affairs and a very solid preparation of the history, geography and polity. History, geography and polity. In history also, particularly the modern history and ancient medieval culture. ancient medieval culture and modern history, that is freedom struggle, obviously, Gandhian phase and all that. That will give you a great command over the high chances of cracking the examination with the number of questions even being limited, right? Over and above this, over and above, if we can see how many questions of them will be safe, how many questions of these will be safe, right? अक्सर हमारे मन में आता है, right? Obviously we think that यार I have just attempted 70 questions, will it be sufficient? Nobody can say, because I told you now, I told you about the probability of the wrong answer despite you thinking that it is correct answer, despite you thinking that it is correct answer. So if we can see that in the percentage wise also, you can see this is 2019 question paper analysis here. Again, 22% current affairs, 17% history, right? 15% polity, geography 14%. So once again, just match this up. 14, 15 and 17. That is 46. 22% current affairs. That is 68%. Once again, guys, this ratio is, can be called as the golden ratio. If you have the command over history, geography, polity, plus current affairs, in which there will be the questions of environment, and some questions of polity, some questions of science, some question of economy. But if you are reading it regularly, then despite not having the knowledge of economy, etc., or science, etc., you will definitely be able to solve the current affairs question. But let me tell you one more thing. Current affairs, they are very dynamic in UPSC. We cannot imagine that from where the questions will be asked in current affairs. So therefore, we can say that current affairs, out of 30 questions, including all the dynamic portions, we will be able to solve only 20 to 22 questions. And what happens here? That here the chances of getting it wrong will be less. Why? Because either you know it or you don't know it, because current affairs is something which is there in the memory, in the fresh memory. So either you know it or you don't know it. There cannot be any guessing, etc. Unlike the subjects which are concept based. Current affairs mostly is not the concept based, right? One more thing. In the history also, if there are suppose 15 to 20 questions, then you will be able to solve at least, right? If it is 15, then almost 12 questions. And if it is 20, maybe 16 questions. So 12 to 16 questions will be solvable by you in history. In geography, same. You cannot solve more than 8 questions out of 10. Then again in the polity, high chances are there that you will be able to solve most of the questions. And if there are suppose 12 questions, you can solve 10 questions. Now, let me tell you guys, 2022 plus 16, right? Plus 8 plus 10. All right. So once again, it reaches closer to 50 questions. So guys, we are just on the boundary. So we are thinking that we have reached to that level, right? We have reached to that level where the question number attempting 65 to 70 question is safe. We are thinking like that. But in reality, we are able to do only this much of correct question. Only this much correct questions. This much correct question. So this is actually, this is the reality that happens with most of the students. They think that they have attempted 70 questions correctly, so their selection is sure. But in reality, they have attempted only 50 or 55 questions correctly, and rest are all wrong questions. And negative marking, that is 1/3 negative marking. We all know that. So that brings the score down under 100. And then we keep listening, यार एक नंबर से रह गया, यार दो नंबर से रह गया, तीन नंबर से रह गया. Why? Because our attempts are little bit less, and therefore I had also taken a class that how to use the intelligent guessing in the UPSC. Those who are thinking that UPSC is all about hard work and smart work, guys, trust me, UPSC also is about little bit of luck. Like a pinch of salt, little bit of luck is also required. And all of us know that luck favors the brave, right? Luck favors the braves. So those who are trying to think extra, those who have the analytical, right, analytical approach, those who have the ability to link current affairs plus subject, trust me guys, at least they will be able to solve 5 to 7 questions correctly over and above these questions. So for that you need to attempt more number of questions for sure. This is why, what can we conclude here, right? What can we conclude here? That at least 75 to 80 questions can be a safe zone if and only you are 100% sure about attempting this. Because even after being 100% sure, sometimes what happens, I told you, no, that we are thinking it, that we have done it correct in the exam hall. As soon as we come back to the home, we get it that, oh, it was wrong. Instead of 1, 2 and 3, I should have gone for 1 and 3. This keeps happening, guys. What is the solution to this problem? More and more number of the mock test papers. So make sure that you solve more and more number of the mock test papers before proceeding to the real examination. This will give you the idea of two things. First, how many questions? Second, what is the difficulty level of the paper? Guys, these things are only known to the experienced candidates. If you are a first timer, you cannot understand that what is the difficulty level of the paper, especially when you have not attempted the mock test. This is why I'm trying to say that please appear for the mock tests as many numbers as possible. That will give you the understanding that how to determine the difficulty level. Suppose if difficulty level is high, the cutoff will be low. If difficulty level is less, cutoff will be high, right? So according to the less difficulty level, suppose you need to attempt 80 to 85 questions. If it is more difficult, 75 questions will be sufficient. All right. And those who have not studied anything, those who have not solved any question papers, mock test and all that, for them everything will look difficult only. So this is not for those students who think that they will do directly in the exam. Please friends, don't do this mistake. Try to attempt number of mock tests so that you can have the idea of the difficulty level. Because what am I trying to say? That 75 to 80 questions are safe zone, but depending on the or subjected to the difficulty level of paper. I'm not claiming that even if you are knowing and still you are doing 75 questions, so you will be definitely passed. No. Be reasonable. Be reasonable. If difficulty level, right, is high, number of questions will be less and cutoff will be less. Okay. And if difficulty level is low, number of questions to be attempted will be more and cutoff will be higher. Look at this. We should be concerned about this number. 107 in 2015, 16, 105, 98, 102. What can we conclude here? Average is actually fluctuating between 100 to 110. Average is fluctuating between 100 to 110. And once it went above 110 and once it came below 100, that is 98. All right. So no zone, its zone is very wide, zone is very wide. That means how many questions can vary? How many questions can vary between the minimum and the maximum? Guys, 18 marks is equal to 9 questions. 9 questions. You can safely take it to be 10 questions. So you can think that you have attempted 70 questions and you are safe. You may not be safe. All right. So this question, that how many questions to attempt in the prelims examination, my simple solution to that is try to create a range of 75 to 80 questions, but try to analyze your range and difficulty analysis with the help of the mock tests. Okay guys, that's all. Any questions if you have, right? Any questions if you have related to the exam or any other things, please let me know, please. अच्छा, तबस्सुम is having a question. कितने टाइम का करंट अफेयर्स आता है एग्जाम में, प्लीज टेल मी. ओके तबस्सुम, there are two different opinions on this. One says that, or in fact the trends I have examined, it follows the financial calendar. And second trend has told that it follows the UPSC calendar. What is the meaning here? Financial calendar means, if suppose 2021 exam you are going to appear in the June month, right? In the June month. So you can safely prepare the current affairs from 1st April 2020 up to 31st March 2021. This is for the 2021 prelims. This is also a safe zone, and another safe zone can be from the post-pre of the 2020, but this year 2020 prelims took place in October, so you cannot apply this funda. But for the other regular years, usually the exam takes place in June or May, or the month of May. So May, June, after that up to 1 month before up to the release of admit card. So after the previous year prelims examination up to the release of admit card of this examination which you are going to appear, this is also a range of preparing current affairs. But I will suggest you to follow the scientific calendar, that is this one. Scientific, that is financial calendar, is the safest way to prepare the current affairs. All right. Anybody else? Any other question, guys? Kartika is asking, monthly current affairs compilations will do. Definitely, Kartika. Definitely they will do it. Definitely they will help it, right? And if you have any other doubts, any other question, guys, please ask that. All right. And if you don't have any doubts, so definitely I would like to tell you about the daily free classes conducted by Gradeup, right? And what is the highlight here, guys? 1 p.m. score 120 plus in the UPSC prelims. That means 60 questions correct for sure, and no incorrect. That depends upon you, because if you unnecessarily attempt that will be incorrect. But score 120 plus in prelims, that is our target, and for that we have introduced 1000 most important questions, 1 p.m. right on the Gradeup app. All right. Also, you can follow the editorial analysis to strengthen your current affairs, guys. At the same time, in the morning, the daily highlights of the Hindu and Indian Express. And guys, these are the late night, classes, 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. and current affairs Gradeup 365. This is very, very important. All right. Those who are the young aspirants, beginners, so they can take the help of the 7 and 8 p.m. classes. Very important once again. It's very important once again, guys. And make sure that if you are a regular preparation student, so you can join our foundation course for the GS Prelims Mains from the 26th February. Already it's running on. And similarly, you have any questions or any doubts, you can call on this number. All right. And make sure that don't miss the faculties here, guys. We are here for your help, for providing you the best content and best preparation strategies and everything, right? All the faculties are they have appeared for the interviews of the PSCs or the UPSC at least. And we are also at the Telegram to help you in the different notes and study materials and everything. All right, guys. So make sure that you don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the Gradeup IAS YouTube channel, as well as to download the application and share it with your friends also.
दो ऑप्शंस हैं.
So guys,
सिर्फ प्रेप करो या ग्रेडअप के साथ सही प्रेप करो. ये है मिस आरती जासूस. कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम के इंडिया की सारी फैकल्टी के बारे में सब कुछ पता है.
वेंकट सर की क्लास के कॉन्सेप्ट और नीलम मैम के क्लास के एग्जाम्पल और दीपक सर की वीडियोस में प्रीवियस ईयर्स के क्वेश्चंस.
इतनी फैकल्टी ढूंढ ली, अब तो एग्जाम क्लियर होगा ना.
आई डोंट नो.
आप सिर्फ सही प्रेप कीजिए और एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टी को आप तक लाने के लिए ग्रेडअप है ना.
ग्रेडअप के साथ सही प्रेप है
तो लाइफ सेट है.
Download now.
So guys, thanks a lot. I think you all saw this new mantra, that is, here at Gradeup we just believe in one thing, that all the best to all of you for all the exams. And guys, sahi prep hai to life set hai. Let's meet at 1 p.m. right, and solve the questions which will help us to get 120 plus. Thanks a lot, guys, and don't forget to rate the session if you loved it. So you can definitely rate the class also. Let's meet at 1. Thank you.